now to the Labour MP for Streatham, Chuka Umunna, who's a supporter of the People's Vote campaign. And on that basis, with the clock ticking as it is, you need time.
We do.
How do you get that?
We do. Well, to put it in context for your viewers, if we are not to crash out of the European Union with no deal, we have to get an extension of this Article 50 process, as you say. We've got less than 40 sitting days left in Parliament before that point, actually. And the EU are clear, they're not going to grant us a general extension for general purposes. It has to be for a specific purpose, and they've said a democratic vote would be one of those purposes. So not only do I argue for us to have a people's vote and refer this back to the people because of the gridlock behind us, I can't see how else you resolve it.
Well, a general election would be the answer, your leader would say.
Well, let's come to that in a minute. But also, if you want to stop no deal, and you want that extension, well, certainly a people's vote is a way of getting it. Now, general election, you were going to ask me.
I was going to ask you, what will that achieve?
Well, you've got to, I mean, when you've got a government going down to this scale of defeat, and you know, the thing now is...
Let me ask it another way, because
go on.
Do you support Jeremy Corbyn's call for a general election?
Yes, I'll be voting for this vote of no confidence because I don't have confidence in this government. But your question was, will it resolve anything? Will it sweep this Brexit issue off the table and sort out all our problems? No, it won't. But look, this is rather academic because the DUP, who the government rely on for confidence, have said they're going to vote for the government today. So it's likely that this vote will fall. And then the question is, what next? Now, my view is as I've said, is that we need to move to the next stage of the Labour Party's conference policy, which is basically to go forward towards a people's vote as a way of resolving this issue.
The problem at the moment is March 29th, we are leaving the default legal position, and that at the moment looks like a no-deal departure.
It does. And the other part of the equation, in addition to getting an extension from the EU to stop that from happening, is to change the law here. Now, there are a growing number of Conservative MPs who are prepared to rebel on this issue and who have come to the view, former ministers like Joe Johnson, Sam Gyimah, who've come to the view that this has to go back to the people as well. That, together with Labour MPs being whipped to support a people's vote, can make this happen and change the whole terms of the debate. So I think we can't carry on as we are now, and you've been putting to government ministers, I think Robert Buckland was just being tested by Vicky there. What are you going to do? What's going to change? Is the Prime Minister's red lines going to change? That's clearly got to change. All of us have to, the Labour Party needs to think about its position now, and a people's vote is really the only way forward here.
Does Theresa May need to get Jeremy Corbyn on side? Does she need to talk to him? Because at the moment she's saying she's not going to.
Well, I think of course. Look, I mean, one of the things I think that has been refreshing about the Brexit issue is that you've got different MPs on different sides of the argument working across parties. So, like, I've been working very closely with Dominic Grieve, Anna Soubry, Joe Swinson, Vince Cable, all these people, including lots of people in my own party, and that's happened on the other side of the argument too. And so I think that's been refreshing. And frankly, we're going to have to chuck the party politics out, junk it, frankly, and work together in the national interest to try and find a solution here. And my solution is...
That's taken 2 years to come to that conclusion.
It has. And, to be honest, part of this arises from the fact that our country's divided. And to some extent, Parliament is reflecting that. But our job is not just to reflect opinion, but it's to lead and find a solution. And that's what we need to concentrate on over the days and weeks ahead. We don't have very long at all.
Chuka Umunna, good to see you. Thank you.